My name is Derek Williams. I was at Oswin Avenue between 1953 and 1957. I was born at 61 Elmfield Road, Hyde Park, on the 14th of April 1942. My father was away in the forces, so we lived with my grandma and granddad and the younger sister of my mother's. There were three of them, but her brother was away in the war. One of my earliest recollections was my mother taking me to Beachfield School to have my name put down to start school. But in the 6 weeks holidays, we moved to Bowlby, and I started at Woodfield School. I've got two sisters and a brother, Mary, Yvonne and John, who all went to Woodfield School. Two of them later went to Oswin Avenue, and the other sister, Mary, passed for the technical school. When I started at Oswin Avenue in 1953, one of my earliest memories would be playing football. When I was in the first year, I played for the intermediates, which was a team that comprised of the first and second year. We didn't win anything. I can't remember us being anything above average, but I always enjoyed the football. And I enjoyed the running, the cross-country running. When we got into the third and fourth year, I remember us winning the Doncaster and District cross-country championships over Armthorpe Flats. And I also remember in the last year that I was at school, the winter of 56, 57, that we won the Doncaster and District cross-country championships again, ran from Eden Grove at Armthorpe. I also played football for Oswin Avenue in the third and fourth year, and I think I enjoyed that more than anything. We played, mostly this is something that I find quite funny now, but when we were at the junior school at Woodfield, most of our games were played on the town fields because schools didn't have football pitches then. And we used to get changed in the pavilion, and I find it quite strange that we used to go home on the bus and we used to be caked up in mud and nobody seemed to bother. And I find that quite unusual looking back. We had no showers in the changing rooms, and I can't understand people letting you do that now. Well, when we went to Oswin Avenue, there was a lot of schools who did have their own playing fields. From Oswin Avenue, we travelled to all the mining villages around this area, from Edlington, Asken, Armthorpe, Woodlands, all the areas around Doncaster, and played on all those pitches. But mostly then, they had their own fields. We used to use Sanford Road playing fields, and we had our games lessons. We used to walk from school down to Sanford Road to play. No, I did enjoy history and geography, and I enjoyed. Yeah, well, I won't go as far as to say and enjoyed them. English I detested. Maths was my subject. When I was in the last year at school, my best subject was maths. In fact, I used to clerk on racecourses for bookmakers at 14, 15-year-old. And I can remember them picking me up at school gates at 3:45 when we left and going racing to places like Lincoln for evening meetings. When I left school, I started as an apprentice hairdresser with a Mr. Lockwood on Bowlby Road, who was a really, really good teacher. And within 2 years, I'd won the Yorkshire Apprentice Championship at Barnsley. and gone on from there, and I think I won about 18 awards over a period of the 50s and 60s until I started on my own in 1970. I worked for Mr. Lockwood for 13 years. He treated me like a son. And he always used to say to people, me and him have never had a wrong word, and there was a simple reason why. I just did as I was told. That's the simple reason. He was very strict, and I just did as I was told and worked hard at it, and that's it. When I worked at Bowlby, I cut people's hair like Willie Watson, who went on to be a good footballer with Doncaster Rovers, Rotherham United, and a few other clubs that I can't remember. Tommy Docherty signed him from Doncaster Rovers when he was the manager at Rotherham for a short while. I also cut Laurie McMenemy's hair, who was the Rovers manager. I cut his hair still when he went to Grimsby Town before he moved to Southampton. In 1970, I left Lockwood's on Bowlby Road and started my own business in Armthorpe. I've done a few quite famous customers since I've been here. Bruce Woodcock, other names that were known from that school. Nadeem Shah, would be the early 80s, when I was 40, at Palomine, and I started to train, and his ambition was to run London Marathon. My friend kept getting injured, but I continued to run, and in 87 I ran the London Marathon. He drove me there and back. Yeah. So that's when I really started running again. I didn't run for too long after that, probably until I was 50. No, we did a few half marathons. Doncaster half marathon, did a 20-mile run that they used to have at Thorn called Darley 20. A few 10Ks, they used to run one in Armthorpe, Ascot. 1 or 2 places used to run a few half marathons. I am 80 years old and I enjoy the job more, I think, than I've ever done before. And hope to carry on for a long time. Don't let my wife see that bit.
If you would like to know more about the Ossie Through the Ages project, then please email me at tonyarmstrong1959@outlook.com. Thank you.